Our environmental impact reporting is keeping a close eye on the impact of regulation rollbacks and cuts at federal agencies. Today in Annapolis, Maryland, legislators were reminded of what's at stake for the Chesapeake Bay. Here's environmental impact reporter Scott Broom at the State House.
Eating oysters in the shadow of the State House here in Annapolis today as legislators and oyster farmers are worried about the impact of federal chaos on the Chesapeake Bay.
I am incredibly concerned that we have completely lost our way at the federal level with respect to the environment.
Some of Maryland's leading aquaculture businesses served up fresh harvested oysters to lawmakers and fretted about the water quality that Maryland's $600 million a year seafood industry depends on. Johnny Shockley is the founder of Blue Oyster Environmental, one of at least 150 aquaculture businesses in the state, which raises oysters to eat and to populate water quality projects where oysters are used to naturally filter water clouded with algae and sediment.
And there's been hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars spent on the Chesapeake Bay's health since the early 70s. We're finally getting to a point where we're seeing slight changes being made, and now then it's being proposed that we walk away from all of that.
Shockley says he is stunned by the news that the EPA aims to roll back 31 environmental regulations while 880 jobs have been cut at the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, which provides much of the baseline science data tracking water quality in the Bay. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin explained the Trump administration's goals when he announced the rollbacks last week.
To fulfill President Trump's promise to unleash American energy, revitalize our auto industry, restore the rule of law, and give power back to the states.
There's public health at risk. There's environmental health at risk.
Kim Comel is with Maryland's League of Conservation Voters.
There are so many businesses that are dependent on the environment and the natural resources, in particular in Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. And so any backsliding we do on the environment is backsliding on our business community.
Delicious.
Maryland legislators slurped down oysters today and worried about how cleanups like oyster restoration projects carry on when the EPA is planning a 65% budget cut. Delegate Christopher Fair is from Frederick County. You got to feel like you're playing defense, though, on the environmental stuff, do you think?
Yeah, well, we're willing to show the rest of the country what investing in your environment looks like, and I think that setting that message, that appropriate message forward, is exactly what we need to be doing right now.
Fiscal 2024 federal spending on science and grants to fund restorations and cleanups in the Bay ran to $840 million, which came from the EPA, Agriculture Department, Department of Commerce, and even the DOD, which is doing cleanups on numerous military bases in the watershed. All of it now in question, with no one yet sure what grants will stop and how badly water quality may suffer in the long run. At the State House in Annapolis, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.